Alright, I am sorry about that. I accidentally stopped recording. And yeah, I'm going to also, that's another thing I'm going to get. I'm probably going to get a, either an actual camera or just a phone to film with or something. I'm going to get something to film with so I don't just have to use this. So, okay, let's see if I can show you guys what I was trying to show you before. I'm just going to hold my phone to stabilize it again. But it just kind of like rolled around because it was misbalanced. You guys cannot really see down in there very good, I see. Okay, so we're just going to feed them. And they will pop up to the surface a little bit. You can actually see them a little bit down there. I just saw on the screen. But yeah, like I said, these fluval bug bites, you see those. Look at those. That's the size that most fish want to eat. The vibrobites are a little bigger. They're about the size of a bloodworm. That they're, you know, a little harder than a bloodworm. So I would say that like some fish, like small fish like white clouds, they can eat bloodworms because they're kind of soft. And they probably won't eat vibrobites. They will eat vibrobites, but you kind of got to crunch them up, and it just defeats the purpose of it being in a worm shape for you and all that. Sorry again about stopping recording, guys. Just gonna hold it here for a second. I'm gonna stabilize myself so I can get a good picture for you guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me just see if I can be super still and watch the fish. Just for a second. They definitely are a little more likely to come out after I put the food in. But anyway, that was all I really wanted to show. This tank is super tanniny. I think this wood that I put in here gave it a lot of tannins. But you know, that's not really bad. It's not really bad for the fish. Had to smell it. It smelled a little fishy. Not too bad though. Could be worse. Seeing if I can get that. There we go. So there's those Java ferns down here. They're like all in these rocks. I put a bunch of rocks. Oh, there you go. That's a good shot of it. Put a bunch of rocks down here, and there's like Java ferns in between all of them. There's probably like 6 Java ferns there, and then there's a bunch more rock work right there, but I didn't put Java ferns in those ones. And there's a bunch of Java fern on this branch. You see them like right here and stuff. And I'm not sure. I'm gonna look around really, really close and just see if I can see where the moss is in here. I definitely put moss in here. I don't know if it would have stuck to the branch over time or the rocks. I'm not sure. I don't have gravel in this one. Yeah. Well, it's probably why you can see this one better too. That gravel is a little lighter than than that black bottom. So yeah, that's about all for the ponds today. I just figured I'd come show you. But this right here is an iris, as I had said. They're like, I think they're water irises because there are like land iris, like irises that don't want their feet wet. But these are Louisiana irises. The variations I got were yellow flag, blue flag, like the Elvis gamecock, and then another one that was like the Elvis gamecock's almost like purple with like white, I think, and then the other one was like a pinkish, a more pink color, and it was just solid pink. This is this horsetail rush right here. So yeah, these guys are both the same. Oh look, there's my weird spider. Look, I don't know what kind of spider this is. You guys see this thing? Look at that weird thing, man. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, I don't like that. When I couldn't see him, he probably came to try to attack me. You see him though? What is that thing? It's got like long, skinny legs. It is ready to attack me right now. Like, it is very aggressive. And it makes a web right over the water. I mean, I don't really mind it. It's catching bugs for me. Like, it's definitely not a big enough spider that it's probably like eating like baby shrimp or anything like that. You guys still see that? I need to point to it. I don't really like spiders, but I'll point to it for you guys. It's right there. He's big. He's got like a really skinny body. And look, you don't like my camera. You don't like anything about this situation. Very violent. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what kind of spider that is. If you guys could see kind of like how his body's all lanky and stuff, you guys decide to tell me what kind of spider that is. You guys just know because you have ponds. I haven't looked it up. I'm being lazy on that part. But yeah, those two are irises. Not sure which one of the irises they are. Sorry, they're in different pots. Eventually, I'm going to get all these three put in the same kind of pots that these ones are in, except for that arrowhead plant, which is in the original pot. But I think I like these air pots better. And it's easier to keep them above the surface, except for that one's not going to be above the surface, but that's okay. It's a little easier to keep them above the surface. It seems like you can just kind of cut them to whatever length you want. Yeah. So, this is a chameleon plant, is what it's called here. You know, there's different genus names. I don't know why exactly these red leaves get so red and bronzy, if they're just the ones closer to the sun, but you can see the ones down in here are like just green. And these are new leaves coming up. There's a lot of duckweed in here, but I don't think it's honestly hurting it too much because it's really just kind of still thriving. Like, I think it's thriving more than most of the plants in here. And this guy, it's really, really weird to say, but all the plants over here in the shade, like those guys over there, are all in the light, right? These ones are in the shade. For some reason, they look way better. I don't know why. Like, this thing has grown. These are new leaves since I put it in. The other ones, you see that one, like right there. I'm going to zoom it in and zoom it back out. Try to hold it steady for you guys. This little one there, the one, like the iris that is closest to me, the smaller one, it, you know, it's just now put out those leaves. That other one has a bunch of old leaves on it. It doesn't look that good at all. But this one, it's got like all kinds of new leaves on it. Like, this is a new leaf that came out. This is an old leaf. But yeah, and then it's got these two new leaves coming out of the middle, and the rhizome on it, I mean, it's a sturdy rhizome. That thing is not, it's not coming out of that pot for a while. It's making babies down there probably too, which is cool. And then this is an arrowhead plant, which is doing pretty good. You can see that little spike coming out that's going to make a new leaf. It looks pretty alright. And then that's the horsetail rush again. So yeah, that's all my plants other than the Java ferns and moss that are in there. I showed you guys the Java fern. I tried to show you the moss. I'm going to just go ahead and pick it up. I'm going to spread it out too. This right here that I'm picking up is Java moss. And a lot of people said, oh, you're not going to be able to grow Java moss outside. It's going to grow all kinds of algae. And I don't know if it's because I put it in the shade or what, but it seems pretty good. Okay, so I just dropped that clump that was still down there, and I don't know if I ever put algae or moss in this tank. Sorry about that, guys. That was a bad transition to the next pond. That was bad video I just made. But I tried. I'm trying. I'll try to just keep getting better and better. The more conscious I am of it, the better. And yeah, so this is like a day in my life right now. Like, oh yeah, that's what I was going to give you guys. A day in my life. So I woke up, I fed my cats. Well, technically I sat around for like an hour and a half and watched YouTube videos because I'm super lazy. But, oh yeah, today I'm going to feed these. And you can see they're nice and green. You guys see that? Yeah, they're green. That's probably why I have Hydra in one of my tanks. But that tank also doesn't have anything small enough for Hydra to eat, so I think it'll be okay. I hope. Oh, there was a lizard on my step. I wish I would have caught that. Yeah, ever since I was little and we had these like kind of stone-ish steps like this, you can see they're decrepit. There's like that crack there. We always get these little tiny lizards, man. Like little blue and green lizards, so cool looking. Just like run up into the concrete there. So yeah. So, this is what I'm doing today. water changes today. This is a day in the life too. That's like 9 gallons, because that's like 4.5 each, because I didn't fill them all the way full. They're like 4.9 gallons if you fill them all the way full. So they're like 4.5 there, maybe. These ones are probably like 2 gallons a piece, so that's like 13 gallons of water. And then I'll probably make at least one more 5-gallon bucket. Oh, I gotta turn off my plant light. I don't have a plant sitting out here anymore. So first thing I did, woke up, watched YouTube, fed my cats, watered my plants over here, and then I did not feed any of the fish yet other than the ponds. That's why I came and got you guys. You gotta feed this guy. I need to get him some live food or something. I really just don't like feeding goldfish or anything like that, rosy reds. They're just not good for your fish. Like, they're just really bad for your fish for the most part. Unless you grew them yourself. Now, that's not to say that like goldfish are bad, because like, you know, people do have goldfish